Hi guys, welcome back to part 9 of the let off Lunak 107 LF build, and today I'm just going to start on this part. Well, I'm not starting actually. I'm going to start by working a little bit more on the cockpit. There's a floor that comes in here. I'm going to put that in because I've got a lovely moulded cockpit coming from Pete Carpenter, who built one of these before and has very kindly offered to mould me a glazing. He's actually got a video on YouTube on how to make a vacuum former, and he actually moulded a cockpit for his Lunak. So he's still flying it 7 years later, and I picked his brains quite a bit. So anyway, he's got a plastic cockpit coming for me. He says if it's usable, I'm sure it will be, and therefore I want to work on this just a little bit more. I'll put that on the aeroplane to stop it warping, or that's great. There we go. Lovely job. Although we built it from the same plan, every plate, you know, it's all slightly different, and the plug that he's used fits his fuselage. Obviously mine's a little bit slightly different here and there, so I'm having to make it fit, but that's the same for all canopies really, isn't it? So I'll link to Pete's video because he made a proper vacuum machine. I've temporarily removed the support structure, and I think that was only there cold. I think that was only there because the plan suggests making it in 2 parts, and you need something to join it to. So I might not use that and just paint it on the cockpit, because the original did have a join up to here and the whole thing would slide back. So what I've done so far, I'm just working on getting it fitting around the front, and that's fitting reasonably well now. Quite happy with that. So I'm just marking out the cut lines. Now I've got each end sorted out. So all we need to do, mark where I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to cut it this long straight bit simply with scissors. Okay, that's the cut line. All you got to do is make sure you cut the right side of the line. Else you're going to be a little bit annoyed. Okay, if I can sand that bit there. Because this isn't dead straight, it goes in a curve all the way down, so it's difficult to get the scissors in once you pass that bit there. I think this needs to be trimmed a little bit more. When Pete made these for me, he made 2. One is slightly better than the other, and to be honest, they both look pretty good to me, but so I've made both fit. I think this one's going to fit a little bit better. The other one, I did cut a little bit too much off in one place. Not the end of the world, because it was still going to stick to the frame, but I'd have to have made it up a little bit. It'll be alright for the minute. So let's offer it up. Can you see? I was thinking in the night how I'm going to glue this on, and I thought if I attach some tape to these sides, I can pull them out like that, lay it on, maybe at the front, like that, and then in, and push it down. That would work actually. Okay. A bit in this corner to come off. Yeah, I'll just tidy it up to that actual line, and then I can fine tune it front and back, although the front looks pretty good. Right, let me clean that up and clean up the edges, and when I'm happy, I'll come back to you. Okay, there we go. I might have to make the head a little bigger, I'm not sure. Still, there we are. I'm happy with that fit. So I can now paint the frame and get it stuck on. Gloss-Tex Pub Yellow. Iron on sofa adhesive fabric covering with a high gloss paint finish. Super light with immense strength and toughness. Blah blah blah. What have I got it out for now? Well, I'll explain in a moment. Just let me check the temperature for the iron. 90 to 100. I'll whack it down to 95. Oh, in fact, it doesn't go lower than 100, so there we are, 100 it is. Okay, why am I putting some covering on now? Well, I've painted the back. I haven't got my Cub Yellow paint yet, but this is going to be close enough, and it's going to be hidden basically anyway. But before I can glue the fin onto the fuselage, I've got to glue the tailplane onto the fuselage. Before I glue the fin on, the elevator has to be on and hinged, even if I don't cover it for now. So I'm thinking I might not cover it yet, but I'm thinking I can just cover around the leading edge. So cover around the leading edge, and then later on I can butt up to it, because if I cover it now, I still haven't epoxied. I can't epoxy the fuselage until this is all stuck on with the fin fairing and etc. So yeah, that's why I'm doing it now. I think if I cover it up to the leading edge, maybe up to there even, and then I can cover it afterwards, and at least it's not going to get all mucky. So all I need is a piece of covering, approximately 6 centimeters, couple of inches, and the iron's heating up, so let's go. It's got the sort of a fabric finish, which looks absolutely amazing, and the colour is really rich and even. So I've painted inside the hinges because you can't really cover in there, and I want to keep them clear for... Actually, I think I might do it in 2 parts. Is it worth it? Or should I just drop that on there? Don't particularly want to see a raised edge. I don't know if I would or not, but I'll take it back to the start of the open structure, I think. Right, as usual with this, we start in the center. Hang on. I did have a thought just now, but it might be a good idea to cover these end parts while I get in there. So let's just... I've got plenty there, so let's just take some off there and cover those separately. Incidentally, if you're doing this with a domestic iron because you haven't got a covering iron, and you want to see if it's too hot or not hot enough, all you need to do is cut out sort of something the size of a postage stamp and then just put it on the iron and observe it, and not the glue side down, and you want it to just sort of curl up. If it wrinkles up too rapidly, then it's too hot, but that's okay, isn't it? So anyway, that's gone on okay. Gorgeous colour, isn't it? Right, okay. Where were we? We were about to lay that on, weren't we? I think we were. I'll put it on one piece on the top. I'm going to go over the frame, I think, and then I can trim it. Pull it tight, do the bit at the end, and then a little bit in the middle, a little bit there, a little bit there. Nice. So when this is on, I can cut the little hinge holes, push the hinges in with epoxy. I've got some Vaseline handy to put in the joint itself to stop it getting glued up. Never a good thing. Right, any little bits you can't get inside because the iron's too chunky, you can heat up, say, your scalpel blade and use that as a mini iron, but you've got to be quick because it cools down very quickly. Do anything. Oh, there we go. There you go. And how's that looking? That's looking pretty good, I think. All I've got to do now is to open up where the hinges go. I've got to cut it. I'm just going to cut it sort of straight down because I've painted the inside, so it should look okay, I think. I've started on the bottom to get the technique right. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. I'll run the iron around the edge just to make sure it's fully down. That went really well. All right, there we go. I think that's it, guys. So all I've got to do now is to hinge that in permanently, and then when I come to cover the tailplane, or elevators anyway, I can cover them straight in there. Lovely. So hinges. be careful with hinges because, say, they can get epoxy in them, and then they're not going to work as hinges. So I've got some Vaseline here. Now, I did see a little method online the other day where they melted some Vaseline and sort of dipped it in, which was quite nice. So I'm going to see if I can find something, a little pot or something to, I think they used a tea light. They also used a tea light to heat it up. So I'll need to construct a little tripod or something. But they need to be stuck in there. I thought I'd do them one half at a time, so I'll stick this side in, and then when that's cured I'll go to the other side and stick that in. These are Aerobatic hinges, 4mm. Lovely hinges these are. There we go. Now I've just got to make sure I've got sufficient up elevator. I want a little bit more than, I think they say ½ an inch, but it'd be nice to have a little bit more. Say there, double the amount. It might be too much. So I think this video might be going on a little bit. I think I'll just stick this on off camera, and when we start the next part, 10, it will be stuck on. And in fact, that could well be the video where I start glassing with the materials I got from Bucks Composites. So yeah, so we'll stop here. So thanks very much for watching, guys. Hopefully I'll get part 10 up before Christmas, but we'll see. If not, very Merry Christmas to all of you, especially my subscribers, and especially to my channel members who support me and actually pay for a lot of this stuff. So anyway, Merry Christmas, and I'll see you in the next part. I said I was going to wear a funny Christmas hat. I've just remembered. Cheers.